In this video, we're going to go over the 5 things that the best stock investments have. Hey there, my name is Tom Young and I'm a licensed investment advisor, and my job is to help you understand more about finance. Today, we're going to cover the 5 properties that great stock investments all have. Number 1, the best stocks to invest in are simple and understandable. And simple doesn't mean boring. It just means that it's easier to detect problems early on.
Come on. Of course I'm a clueless person.
And so it's important that you understand the business. This means different things to different people. If you work in medicine, you might understand biotech companies. Or if you like clothing, then you'll understand the different brands. For me, I barely even know what a muumuu is. What's even a muumuu? So in short, just invest in things that you know. If you like brands or technology or things like that, just invest in the good companies. Number 2, you're looking for companies with consistent operating histories. These are companies that have generated income over the long run and just have management to match. What's considered a long history? It depends on the industry you're looking at.
You're so old. When you were a kid, rainbows were black and white.
For banks, it might be about 10 years.
The US government had to give Bank of America 2 bailouts in a few months.
For retail companies, you probably want 5 to 7 years to make sure that you're not just hitting on a short-term trend or fad. And software companies, you might only need 3 years. 3, they have favorable long-term prospects. And this is what Warren Buffett calls moats.
O Knights of Ni, we have brought you your shrubbery.
It's basically if a company can be above average for the next 10 to 20 years. Brands are an excellent example of this. Like, most people don't care what kind of mayonnaise they buy, but with ketchup, they have to have Heinz.
You crazy? That ain't Heinz. Put that down.
No one seems to know why, but it's just the way it is. 4th, the best companies to invest in create real financial value. And by that, they usually create some kind of economic value. So they basically make things that you and I want to buy.
I am manly and I'm drinking the unicorn.
Creating financial value is actually a little more tricky than it sounds though, and that's because of something called the cost of capital. Because imagine you had a project that cost $1 million to invest in, and at the end of 1 year, it only earned you 1% return. Now, it did break even. It actually earned you a little bit of money, but with that $1 million, you could have actually gone and done something else with it and earned, let's say, 5%. On the flip side, companies that provide valuable services or products actually just can't help but grow over time because their products are just wanted.
Because these stocks typically represent companies that are best of breed.
Number 5, the best stock investments can be purchased at a discount or at least at fair value.
It's in our blood to be cheap.
This is probably the trickiest part of investing. Even if you found a great company, you need to make sure you're not overpaying for it. So for example, prices in Las Vegas in 2005 to 2007 ran up like crazy. The property was still valuable, but it took about 10 years for the value to come back to where it was after the financial crisis. No matter how good of a company it is that you've invested in, if you overpaid for it, it's just going to take a very long time for the value of that company to reach that. So there you have it, the 5 basic rules for the best stock investments. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My name is Tom Young, and I'll see you next time.